Hey guys, Sam Madani here. It's been a while since I've posted on this channel, and I'm here to actually present my second place deck profile. I played Tenpai at the side deck remote regional yesterday. Was undefeated till the last round and losing to the only undefeated player, Mario, in the end. So yeah, let's get to the profile. We have 3 Chandra, 3 Pydra, 2 Genroku. They have the Fadra, Dora, and the honorary Tenpai. We have Magnamut. We'll do engine first, and then we'll get to the non-engine part. I played 41 cards actually this time, so we'll see the 41st card later on. I decided not to play 2 Fadra just because I feel like it would be a brick later on. In a regional, you don't want to take a chance with that. Then we have the 3 Kaiman, which is it's really good to just draw this card too, because a lot of times your Pydra may get impermed or so it's always good to just have this card so you can end up searching your the next card, the summoning, which is limited now, of course. This card's really important too in some of those game states where you're facing trap decks or stuff like that. And then I consider these engines as well. We got the terraforming and the prosperity to try to fetch into either hand traps or engine and to get to the summoning. All right, and then we play. I do main all 6 of the Moncharmies actually. So I'll play 3 Fuwalos, 3 Purulia, 3 Shifter. You want to have the best amount of these because Snake Eye is really prevalent right now. So Purulia was actually a last minute decision. I was going to take it out, but I think it's pretty good against majority of the meta too. You just side it out. Worst of the decks is not good against. So you got these guys. Then you got the 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, and the best card actually, 3 Dominus Impulse. Card came up against like various matchups. I actually used this against a Centurion Phalanx yesterday, and it's actually pretty impressive how it actually works against like niche little effects like that can win you the game right there. This was my last card in my hand. I summoned a Trident Dragon. Opponent had a Phalanx to banish my Trident Dragon, and I used Impulse to destroy it and negate it, of course. Then we have the 2 Droplets. I just main deck those just because even under Shifter, it is bad when you play a Shifter, but they're not playing the game if you have Shifter on. So you still want this card just because it's a good 6th draw too, going second. So, and then where you're still going second cards, you still play the 2 Lightning Storms and the Harpy's Feather Duster. I decided not to play Raigeki just because I wanted to play more hand traps than board breakers, and I just wanted to keep it mid-range. Alright, and the 41st card was Last Minute Decisions. Shout out to Nikolai. We're talking how like all the 40 cards in the deck were good, but we couldn't remove anything else for this card, and I really thought this card would be good just against like any like Fiendsmith engines and stuff like that, and I wanted to better search for Magnamut at times than to just go for Genroku when I already opened engine sometimes. And this card came up actually. It came up a lot, so I'm happy I did play it because and plus a lot of time people ask me if I was playing how many cards in my deck, and I said 41, and they automatically assumed that I'm not playing Tenpai. So yeah, that actually was cool. Alright, going to the side deck, we were playing 3 Cosmic, 3 Retaliating Sea. Idea behind this card is against the Azamina Snake Eye decks, if you guys are not aware. When they play the Hollowed Azamina, you play Retaliating Sea, and basically, since their cards can't go to the graveyard, they're no longer allowed to summon the Musiliago, and basically it all fizzles, and now it acts as a macrocosmos on the field, which makes the Snake Eye decks like pretty much kind of end their turn unless they had they have to open like two extenders, and they can't summon. It can't be Diabell Star because they can't even summon it. So it's pretty hard for them to do it. They have to open Ash, and then if you open a combination with this with another hand trap, it's almost like impossible for them to out it. So yeah, going second, we wanted and this is good. Going first and second, I sided it. You wanted like 6 copies of Shifter against them. So that for the mirror match, branded, runic decks, stuff like that. Runic White Forest especially. Dimensional barrier for sure. I know cross out sided, but they have to open the cross out. Like you still want to keep this card because not everybody sides cross out in the mirror match. So and then you have the Solemn Judgment. I still like this card going first. A lot of times I choose to just go first actually, and just because I know they are prepared to side for going first, so you can kind of mind game and just end up playing first. And this card would win you the game if you open like more than 1 copy at times too. And the same concept, anti-spell. It's really good. You want it against all those runic decks and stuff like that, even though they're not being played as much now. But yeah, and against the mirror match is good. If you can set up a seals and then just pass with an anti-spell. And yeah, like you should be able to follow up with engine next turn and be able to win the game. And yeah, the 1-offs, we got the 1 anti-spell, we got the 1 call by. I said this going first and second against Snake Eye, just because if you're going second, you can worst case hit the I believe it's Silva, the Azamina Silva card, the Omni Negate. It tributes itself as cost to the graveyard, and you can just chain call by to banish and negate it. And also it's good against Phantom Yubel, so you play this card versus them game 2 and 3. Yeah. MVP actually, it was Rivalry of Warlords. It helped me against the 2 Centurion matchups I played yesterday. They say Centurion is probably the hardest matchup you'll have, just because all the Mulch armies and stuff are dead against it, and they have a really good Tenpai matchup. But yeah, you want to have cards to combat them since they have already a favorable matchup against you. And then the last card, you got the Kokimero Drago against all the light and dark decks. Good against Yubel, of course. It's usually auto win against them, but yeah, they have to open Imperm and some other way to stop you. But yeah, like if you open this, yeah, I mean, if you can get this off of seals, yeah, that's the whole play, that you're gonna go first and use seals to summon Drago. And even if it's a 0/0, it's still really hard for them to do it. And plus, when it goes to battle phase, like they usually don't have anything that's bigger than 0 usually for Yubel. But if they do, you can use any, if you had a Tenpai monster or a Sangan Kaiman face down, then you can start synchro summoning in the battle phase and summon a Cube Belt, which is getting to the extra deck here now. You can summon Cube Belt and destroy the card they're trying to beat over this card with. So, all right, it didn't come up, but yeah, that's why you play it though still. All right, so let's go to the Link monsters. All the Link 2s. We have Heretic Seals, best card in the whole deck. We have the Hida, SP Little Knight. To package with it, we have the Striker Dragon, because usually you want to go for, if you open, so you open Chandra, Pydra, and sometimes like you need to out something, or you're stuck against D-Barrier or something at times, like you can definitely play your Pydra first, and then you can add your Kaiman, summon this, and then yeah, if you're stuck as barrier, you can just go Striker Dragon first, linking off one of these guys, and then you have, now that you're using an extra deck monster for the summoning of SB, you'll get an extra effect to banish a card. And yeah, we have more. We have the last Link 2 I did play was Doolittle Chimera. This card is mainly just when you're stuck against D-Barrier. Sometimes, like, you can kind of sense it when they set, like, 2-3 back rows face down. You can just, like, predict they have a barrier face down, because usually they'll side it going first against you. And Also, during the times, the more usual cases are when your opponent plays, you play like a shifter or something, and or like Perulia or Mofualos, and your opponent will just play thrust into D barrier and pass their turn. So because you obviously can't kill them under barrier, so this is where you actually can kill them under barrier. And the play is this. I'll show you guys really fast. It involves 3 cards. It involves 2 cards, sorry. You just need simply any access to these cards. It could be a combination to get to these cards too. So it's not the end of the world if you just didn't open these 2 specific. But if you can get to these cards, you can get to it. So basically, you start off with Pydra. You search the Kaiman. Okay, so the Kaiman stays in your hand. And now you have a Chandra, you special the Chandra, and when you activate Chandra, they're going to play the D barrier, so you're locked out of synchros, you can't synchronize summon anymore. Okay, but anyways, you're just going to link off these 2 guys into a Doolittle Chimera, and now you're going to go to battle phase. This guy gives all your fire monsters 500 attack points, so you can make just 1900 with him. So you go to battle phase, you're going to activate, you're going to attack with him for 19, so they're down to 61, you're going to play Kaiman. To grab a copy of Fadra from your deck. You're going to be summoning that Fadra, and you're going to use Fadra to summon back your Chandra. Now, we're doing this all without synchro summoning, so as you guys know. This guy is 2,000 right now and 21, so you're going to attack with him, but you're going to use his effect to summon a Pydra from your deck. And that puts them down to, so you have 19, 2,000, 39, they're at 4,100. Yeah, and when you finally connect with these guys, he's boosted to 22 and 21, so that finishes them off for a grand total of 8,200, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's how you play under D barrier. Didn't come up today much. I may consider to replace this card for Typhon, which did actually, I did miss today a few times. So, I may consider to play Typhon, but, like, you guys can consider to play this card if you're playing this deck, if you're afraid of D-Barrier, like I was, so. Alright, that was the last link, too. Let's get to the level 7 dragons. We have, of course, the 2 Biden Dragons. We play 2, mainly 1. Sometimes you can banish off a Prosperity. And second is against Cashier Unicorn, because you don't want them to just hit your 1 Biden, then you can't play this for the rest of the game. He's really important. He comes up a lot. You're going to be summoning him almost all the time. So, yeah, he's important. You have the other level 7s. You got the, it's all utility cards from here on. You have the Q-Belt. He helps in those niche scenarios where you have Sanguine Summoning. And like you need to do OTK without having to go all the way to Trident, so you can use his effect in the battle phase, destroy this when you do your quick synchro play, and make him 5,000, and that should be enough. And he helps you to do spot removal too, so he's good. Card wins against Ubel pretty much. They can't get rid of this card once you summon it. Like they can link it off as much as they want with Soul Rage. They can't do anything to it. Pretty much it negates the effects of anything you attack to. So it does come up against the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate as well. Card is really important. I summoned it a lot this tournament. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. When you're stuck against Evilzar Lars and stuff like that, if you can actually get to the damage step with Chandra, if you normal summon a Chandra, you can actually attack. And what I ended up doing was just so their Lars can't activate effect on my next card I'm going to be playing is Kaiman. So you go Chandra, attack. Since it's damage step, since it only negates the effect, not negate the activation, they can't play Lars. And actually came up like that, like where I summoned Pydra, search Kaiman, and quick synchroed into this guy. And he's 25. You can play your Kaiman now without fear, because like they can't play the Lars, they can't like Ash Blossom it, they can't do nothing to this card. So just one Chandra actually plays around the whole Ash Blossom and Lars by itself, and then you can summon this guy, and then now you're free to play your Kaiman, and you summon Fadra. You can crash this guy into the Lars because they're both 25, and and since you have Fadra, it won't die by battle. So you can still OTK them with the Transcendent, etc. Alright, so those are the level 7s. Then we have the 3 level 10s. Oh, sorry, I had one more level 7. Let's not forget Black Rose. Best card when you have this card up already. You can destroy the whole board because it's unaffected. Since it's a fire dragon, so Black Rose definitely comes up. I made it a lot in the battle phase too, so it was good. Then we got the 3 level 10s. Ruddy Rose, really important against Snake Eye when they make Fucho. You should be making this card to banish the graveyard so they don't have follow-up. Then we have the Transcendent Dragon, and you're gonna make him a lot of times. Yeah, he just basically more than a cold wave in the battle phase. They can't activate any card effects at all once you summon him, and like for the whole battle phase while he's present, they can't play anything. And so yeah, and plus he has a niche effect. Like if he's in the graveyard by any means, you can if three attacks have been declared, you can summon him back and he pops a monster, I believe. Yeah, and then Trident, of course, like I told you guys earlier about the Trident play with the dominus impulse. You sometimes need this to pop the summoning and make him gain a lot of attack points. And I was able to swing over the Auxilla and finish my opponent off with the rest of the 2 attacks with this. All right, and then the one last card was the Promethean Princess. Yes, you should be playing this card. Absolutely, there's no reason to not play this card because it does come up where you play only 1 Fadra and then you can summon your 1 Fadra back. You probably heard this in other deck profiles as well, but this also helps in during the very grind states where you had summoned a Transcendent or any of your fire dragons that you need to revive back. You can be able to bring it back. Like say if usually you're not gonna have to bring him back because he can summon himself back, but yeah, if you didn't get to him somehow, then definitely the Meteor Burst. I've been able to just summon back the Meteor Burst, go into battle phase, and just finish the job from there. It's just really niche scenarios, and plus you can link climb with Hida into her, so it's not really bad. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much the whole deck profile. Yeah, shout out to Nikolai for helping me test and talk deck ideas the night before. And be sure to check out his channel as well. It's called Solo Games. And yeah, shout out to my team. We got Ozone, TCG, bunch of good people. We're just located all over the country. So yeah, I'm in New York. So if you guys ever definitely stop in New York, definitely come by to say hi. All right, take care.